Merry Christmas, everyone! Welcome to the Kitchen Life's very first Christmas special. This also marks our 6-year anniversary since our first video, so we have a special treat for you. Today we are making panna cotta with a Christmas twist. We'll call it the Peppermint Panna Cotta. So, without further ado, let's get started. The things you will need are 1 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream, 1 1/4 cup of cow milk, 1/3 cup of white chocolate chips, 1/3 cup of peppermint candies crushed. I suggest using a hammer for that, just to get it nice and uniform, tiny pieces. That way it's easier to dissolve. 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of peppermint extract, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 packages of gelatin mixed in with 2 tablespoons of ice cold water. That process is called blooming, and you need to do that with any gelatin product for any dessert involving gelatin. Alright, let's get started with the recipe. Panna cotta translates to cooked cream in Italian. It was originated in Piemonte, a northern region in Italy. There's a little preparation here, so take your peppermint candies, place them in a zip top bag, crush them with a hammer until you get it into a fine powder. This way it will be easier to dissolve later on. For 1/3 of a cup, I recommend about 15 to 20 candies. The second thing you'll need to do is place your gelatin packets in ice cold water. And you'll see once you get it done stirring that it gels up pretty quickly. And it looks kind of weird, not gonna lie. But it still needs a little time to bloom. While that's blooming, let's just turn on our stovetop on medium-high heat and add your dairy to your pot. That's going to be the heavy whipping cream. That's also going to be the milk. And just wait until that starts to simmer. That's when bubbles start to form, but not to the point of boiling. Kind of like that. Once you get it simmering, add in your white chocolate, your sugar, and your crushed peppermint candies and whisk vigorously to dissolve. This is why we needed the peppermint candies to be crushed as fine as they can. That way it will take less time to dissolve. Make sure you're whisking as hard as you can just to prevent any burning from happening. Once all that's dissolved, turn off your stove and remove the pot from the heat. And place your gelatin into the pot and whisk it until all is dissolved. If we added it while it was still simmering, it would lose some of its gelling power. So just do it like this and you'll be golden. Once the gelatin is dissolved, all you have to do now is just add in your vanilla extract and your peppermint extract and whisk it off until it's nice and incorporated. And that's just about it. Alright, enough voiceover. Take it away, self. Once everything's nice and incorporated, just give it a couple of minutes just to cool down a little bit before transferring them into your molds. I suggest a non-stick just so it's easier when you're going to pop them out. I have just a couple of Christmas themed molds since it's Christmas. Got a couple of stars, a couple of Santa Claus figures, and a Christmas tree. I just recommend using a ladle to just pour this into the mold. Make sure that you fill it all the way to the top. And just transfer it to a pan just in case any of it spills. And do it with the other ones. See, I was able to fill about 5 of these molds and have a little bit left over. However, depending on what type of mold you use, it could be different. Alright, now I'm going to take these and place them in the refrigerator for about 1.5 to 2 hours or until they completely firm up. Now, while the panna cottas are in the refrigerator chilling, I thought that this would be a good time for us to talk. You know, back in 6th grade when YouTube came out, I saw all these different content creators, and I thought, one day I want to be one of those content creators. And years passed, and I fell in love with the culinary arts. And I thought, wow, wouldn't it be great to make something that combines my love for creating content and my love for the culinary arts. However, after 6 episodes, including this one, and 2 unsuccessful weight loss vlogs, I just realized I can't do this anymore. So, this is probably going to be the last episode of The Kitchen Life. You know, to the 18 of you subscribers out there, I just want to say thank you for believing in me. You guys have been like family to me. Especially you, Dad.
Jared, what? This is crazy talk. 2 things. Number 1, I am not a subscriber. Number 2, Jared, think about all the people who have failed and then become successes later. People like Lindsay Lohan.
Didn't she go to jail a couple times?
Okay, how about Martha Stewart?
Pretty sure the same thing happened.
50 cents?
You gotta Google these guys.
Okay, never mind. So listen, what is it that these YouTube stars have that you don't have?
Good camera.
Jared, you could get a good camera.
Editing software.
Jared, you could get editing software.
Actual talent and sense of humor.
Jared, you could get a camera. Jared, don't even worry about that stuff. Jared, there are 18 people out there that are depending on you. Don't give up. Don't give up that dream, Jared. Now go ahead and get that dish out of the refrigerator and show those 18 people how to make a great dessert.
Soon to be 19?
No.
Close enough.
Go to it, Jared. All right.
Thanks, Dad. Alright, it's been about 2 hours and it looks like the gelatin set perfectly in the panna cotta, and just look at them. Now, what I like to do is just pull the panna cotta away from the mold, and they should just pop right out by themselves. However, if they do not right away, I just have a little bit of warm water on standby and just dump the mold about halfway into the water, just like this, for about 1 second, just so it warms up just a tad bit, and it should easily be able to just pop right out of the mold and onto the plate. Just look at it. Isn't that awesome? Should we taste it? I think so. You can see the panna cotta set really nicely. Wow. You can really taste the peppermint, and the white chocolate just balances out the flavors. I recommend that you make them this Christmas season, take photos of them, and tweet them to me at jlendy04. Until next time, I'm Jared Lendy, and this is The Kitchen Life with Jared. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next year.
Don't forget to share, comment, and like this YouTube video. And make sure you're subscribed to Jared Lendy Show.